Thomas A. Edison once said, "There's a way to do it better. Find it." Welcome to McBain Moments. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Make sure you take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. There's a way to do it better. What's it? Just about anything. No matter what your aim is, no matter what your task is, no matter what your goal is, no matter how efficient you become, no matter how good you become at it, there is always a way to improve it. And it's important that we set aside our hubris and accept that no matter how we get good, no matter how good we get at a thing, there will always be a way to do it better, and be open to discovering what that methodology might be. See, there's a tendency in human nature, and that tendency is, my way is the best way, or my way is the only way. And a lot of people reject the idea that there might be something they're doing that isn't perfect. And it is human nature to do that. We want to see ourselves in the best light, even if we're the type of people that is highly self-critical. And in fact, I would dare say the people who are most critical probably fall victim to the idea that they are perfect the most often. Which I know is contradictory, but if you think about it, you know, when you're highly self-critical, you're constantly trying to refine things, right? And so when you finally finish a project, you must be convinced that there is absolutely no better way to do it. You found the perfect way. It's absolutely refined. This is the way, as they say in The Mandalorian. But there might be a better way. And in fact, there almost assuredly is. You may not have found it, and maybe nobody has. And admittedly, in some cases, there's only so many ways that you can do a certain thing. For instance, if you're painting a picture, there's only so many ways you can stroke a brush. There's only so many ways you can apply paint to the brush and then apply that brush to the canvas. But that doesn't mean that the way you found is the perfect way. There may not even be a perfect way. It might be for this specific situation, this amount of paint on this type of brush using this specific brush stroke comes out with the best approximation of the effect you were looking for. But it doesn't mean it matches the sky perfectly, and sometimes it's not even supposed to. But if you are looking for that natural, specific look, then is there a way to do it better? Oh, I'm sure there is. We've got classical artists that manage to make just insane works of art, extremely realistic, that we have yet to replicate in the modern world. And maybe it's because no one wants to replicate the style, but it might also be because it's too hard to figure out how they did it. And so what do you do about it? Always be refining the things you do to make them better. Refine the ways you think, come up with more refined arguments for your beliefs, come up with better methodologies, more data-driven solutions to your problems. Because 2 plus 2 is always going to equal 4. You know, the only thing that this doesn't really apply to is mathematics. Right? Because 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. There's no situation at all where 2 plus 2 will not equal 4. But mathematics is a fixed string of information where you have to figure out where to apply it. And the application of that math can always be done better. See the difference? Some things are always going to be fixed. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. How you utilize that information can always be refined. And so as you go looking for solutions to your problems, because that's how you get successful, you find solutions to problems, and in so doing, you're probably going to create new problems, and that's a good thing, because that gives you more problems to solve, which therefore will make you more successful. I dare you to figure out, when you solve the problem, say, okay, this created a solution. How could we have solved it better? What would have made the solution faster without losing results? What would have made the solution more efficient? What would have made the solution more... What would have made the results of the solution larger or more comprehensive? Because it's when you are willing to look at what you did, looking at what you did wrong in a situation, when you fail, or when you have a setback, is important to solving problems. Looking at what you did wrong when you were successful is harder than looking at what you did wrong when you failed. Because you were successful. Why do you need to look at what you did wrong? Obviously you did everything right, right? No. By looking at what you did wrong when you were successful, you will find better ways to do things so that the next time you run into the problem, the solution will come faster. It'll be more efficient. The results will be less... The results will use less resources, for lack of a better term. Less mental resources, less physical resources. It's like trying to move a stone from point A to point B. The stone, you might be able to lift the stone and just, carry it from point A to point B, or lift the stone up from the ground and put it on another rock. That's a solution. But it takes half the effort to use a lever. Right? Half the effort to use a lever. It's a better solution. Find better solutions. There is always a better solution. Find it. This has been a McBain moment.